Hello, dear one. My name is Nanaya from Love and Freedom Life Strategies. I'm a health and life coach. We are on step 3 of our 4-step system, addressing a core struggle, asking for what you want and getting it. So far, we have talked about accessing and acknowledging the truth of what it is that you really want. Then we talked about discovering how to ask, how to make a direct request and take responsibility for what it is that we want so that we can begin to change the direction of our desired outcome. And now we're talking about being willing to receive, being willing to receive what we want. So in the last installment, step 3, part A, we talked about what gets in the way of us having what we want. The idea that if getting what you want was okay, you'd have it already. What gets in the way of that? And today we're going to talk about then once you've discovered or once you are understanding that some of your beliefs are getting in the way of having what you really want, how do you work with that? How do you access what it is that you really want? How do you become willing to receive? Simply put, identify wherever you have either or thinking. So for me, either I get to pursue being a health and life coach, or I get to be a good mom. It could be either I get to take really good care of myself, or I get to make a lot of money. Either I get to enjoy the foods that I love, or I get to have the body I want. So wherever you are able to identify this either or thinking, it means that you are anticipating a loss if you get what you want. And this loss often threatens love, safety, or belonging. The 3 big needs that we have, and that survival part of our brain is always working to protect. It's not always these 3, but those are some of the biggest: love, safety, and belonging. And often the loss involves disempowering, disappointing, or upsetting someone really close to you. The solution to either or thinking, once it's been identified, is both and more. Both and more thinking, that you can both get what you want and it become a gain for the people in your life that are important to you. It can become a gain, not a loss. I get to pursue becoming a health coach, and my kids will benefit from this. I will be a better mom. That's both and more. So how is this possible? Well, the belief has to come first. The how will follow. Our beliefs create our experience, and our experience confirms our beliefs. It's impossible for us to experience something in our lives that counters what it is that we believe about our lives. It's impossible to have an experience that's different from our belief system. So we have to start with shifting that soil from which our lives grow, the soil of our beliefs. And one of the most effective tools for shifting this soil of our belief system is reframing. Reframing any potential loss as a potential gain. The meaning of any event is based on the frame that it's in. So you change the context, the frame, the setting of something, and the meaning will change. So we reframe a potential loss as a potential gain, opening up the possibility for a new point of view, both and more. So take my example, for instance. I either get to become a health coach, or I get to be a good mom. So a really helpful question to ask ourselves is, what is the potential benefit? So I'm nervous that my kids, there's going to be a loss if I pursue a meaningful work for myself. So the question is, what's the potential benefit for my kids if I pursue this? What is the potential benefit? Man, they're going to get to see me working on something that's really important to me, and that's going to be an example to them of having a goal and moving towards it and doing something that's important to you, making a choice. They're going to live with a happier, more fulfilled mom who probably will actually then be a better mom, have more energy. What else? They're going to benefit if I'm bringing in some income that can help fund some of the activities that they really want to do. What is the potential benefit? What is the potential gain if I get what I want? Both and more. Both and more is possible. Now, doing this work, you can identify your either or thinking and come up with a new frame that's both and more by asking, what's the potential benefit to these people that you're worried about? You can do that all in your head, but even more effective would be writing it down and using it as a journaling exercise, making it really concrete, that brain to hand to pen connection. I invite you to play around with this week. If you've been on this journey with me of the 4-step system, you've identified what it is that you really, really want, and what it is that's keeping you stuck from going there, keeping you from even being willing to ask maybe. Play around with this, identifying your either or thinking, and then reframing it in the context of a journaling exercise. I'd love to hear how this goes for you. Thank you for being with me today. Thank you for doing this challenging, transformative work. And join me tomorrow for step 4. If at first you don't succeed, how to build resilience for the huge percentage of life that doesn't work out exactly how we want it to. How do we keep going? How do we push on and find what it is and get what it is that we really want? Let's continue to practice together. Peace to you.